Hey everyone, this is Jonathan Marks from Go to Health. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today's show is going to be fun, and I mean that literally. We're going to be talking with Frank Chindamo, CHP, that's Certified Health Professional, and he's going to be talking about how laughter truly is the best medicine. He's done a study at Chapman University where healthcare provider stress was reduced by 13% in 3 minutes by using Frank's app called LaughMD. At USC's Norris Cancer Center, LaughMD reduced pain in 91% of patients certified. Frank began his media career in comedy writing and production at Saturday Night Live and as a second assistant director on Ghostbusters. He's won over 30 awards for writing and producing comedy videos for HBO, Showtime, CBS, PBS, Comedy Central, and more. Frank has just published a book called Laughter is Best Medicine, and you can get that book at laughmed.com. And before we get to Frank, we encourage you to visit gotohealthmedia.com where you can enjoy all our shows. And if you're listening to us on YouTube, Apple, or Spotify, please give us a thumbs up or a 5-star review. That helps get the word out to more people. Thanks in advance. So, welcome to the show, Frank Chindamo, certified humor professional of laughmd.com. How are you today?
I'm spectacular. I'm with Jonathan Marks. How much better can you be?
Well, thank you for that. I appreciate it. So, Frank, why you? What makes you qualified to talk about using laughter as medicine?
Well, there's not a lot of people who are expert in both. So I started my career at SNL. I was a production assistant and then a writer of a couple of sketches and things. And while I was working at SNL, there was a sad thing happening. My dad was dying of cancer across town.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And so I would go work on the show during the day and then go see him in his hospital room. And it was kind of drab and dingy and very, very serious. And I wished that there was some way that we could bring what we were doing in SNL over to his hospital room, right? And that kind of planted the seed of mixing laughter plus medicine.
Good.
I have a better story. In 2011, a good friend of mine, John Boswell, was a patient at Kaiser Permanente Hospital in Hollywood. And he spent a year there and he lived. And they said, "You're our longest surviving patient. We want to ask you, what did we do right and what did we do wrong?" And he said, "Well, you did a lot of things right. The nurses, the doctors, everybody is just fantastic here. But the TVs, what's playing on the TVs is just terrible. It's CSI, shows about death and bloody underwear. It's horrible news that just keeps getting worse. And I wish there was something that was funny." And they said, "Well, we can't play Comedy Central. It's too risque." And he said, "Well, my friend Frank Chindamo makes these fun little movies that he won all those awards with. And why don't you talk to him?" So they did, and pretty soon we had a channel of comedy videos on the TVs at Kaiser Permanente, and then soon at Cedars-Sinai, and the patients loved it.
Oh, that's amazing. So tell us about the awards you have won, because people who are listening on podcasts can't see them the way I can. So what awards have you won for humor, Frank?
Okay, so the one that I'm holding between my teeth, for example, they can't see that, right?
Right.
So the Flux Award is the most recent one for best use of humor in healthcare, and that's where Jonathan and I met. That was just in December of 2025.
Right.
Before that, we have the Health 2.0 Award for, again, pioneering humor in healthcare. We have the Charm Health Award and a few others. But before that, when I was a filmmaker, I left SNL and went on to make movies for HBO and Showtime and things like that. And for the web, I won a bunch of them. I was a finalist for Best Short at the Cannes Film Festival.
Wow, good. So let me be honest here. Go to Health is a show about evidence-based findings. So what's the evidence that laughter heals? Tell us about that.
You may be surprised to find out there are 400 studies from all around the world that show that laughter has some ameliorative effect or another. Dr. Lee Burke at Loma Linda University did a study, 48 patients. All 48 had had a heart attack. 24 watched half an hour of comedy a day. 24 did not. 8% of those who watched comedy had a second heart attack within 6 months. 53% who did not watch comedy had a second heart attack in 6 months.
Wow, that's quite a change.
It's a stunning difference, right?
Amazing.
Can I give you one more?
Yes, please.
One more study. So another study. So LaughMD, my company, has a phenomenal team of people. It's not just me, but a phenomenal team of people. And we did a study at A.T. Still University, our fifth study. And chronic pain patients, an N of about 40, over the course of 4 weeks, with watching just about 20 minutes of comedy per day, their pain scores went from a 10.6 to a 4.2. That's a better than 60% reduction in chronic pain in 4 weeks.
Wow. And that's just with laughter and comedy.
Just watching LaughMD comedy videos, yeah.
My gosh. So, okay, so let's accept this premise. I'm still a little bit skeptical, but how does the audience use it? How can we use humor to better our lives?
That's an excellent way for me to plug the book.
Okay, so tell us about the book first.
Sure. So the book is available at LaughMed, LaughMed.com, and I'm sure you'll put it up on screen.
Yes.
And the book is 20 chapters all about how humor improves your health, the history of humor, heroes who are using it. One quick story, Pope John Paul, the previous Pope, brought 120 comedians to the Vatican. Jimmy Fallon, Stephen Colbert, Jim Gaffigan, and many others. And he said, what you do is God's work. What you're doing, the comedy that you bring is good for the soul. Keep doing it. You're one of God's messengers. So he's one of the people that we profile in the book. Of course, Patch Adams, who's on the advisory board for LaughMD, all that. But one of the chapters in the book, can I tell you about the chapter, how it helps you?
Yes.
Okay. So you have to wait till you get to the end, but in the end of the book, there's a chapter called We Asked Your Doctor, Yes, Laughter is Right for You. And in that book, I actually show the different ways that you can bring humor into your life. And like going to a comedy club with friends is top of the list. You'll laugh the most. You'll get the most benefit from that. Of course, using the LaughMD app when that's available as well. But at the bottom, at the very bottom, the worst way to get humor. What do you think that is, Jonathan?
The worst way to get humor?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. You tell me.
It is not mud wrestling with an ostrich.
Okay.
It is social media.
Wait, so that's explain what you're saying there. I'm not sure.
Okay, so top of the list, comedy clubs, seeing a movie with friends, being with friends, laughing with other people, even just sharing a movie on Netflix with friends or family, the kids, the wife, the husband, the spouse, whatever, on down to watching comedy on television, on down to, at the very bottom of the ladder, is watching comedy on social media. Why do you think that is? What's happening right now in courts? A couple of different courts in this country right now.
I don't know. Tell me.
Facebook and other social media outlets, Instagram, TikTok, are being sued for billions of dollars because they harm your health. Facebook is not your friend. Facebook's business model is to grab as much data from you as possible and as much time from you as possible so that they can sell you more stuff and predict your behavior so that they can sell you more stuff, right? They want to keep you addicted to it, and that is the worst way to do it. So what oftentimes winds up happening is, let's say I type in, show me a funny dog video, and you see a funny dog video, and then the next one is a little related, and by the time you get to the third video, you've joined Al-Qaeda. It's terrible.
Okay, all right. What I really picked up is it's really the social aspect of humor that's really important, that you're doing this with other people. You're going to a comedy club. You're going to a comedy club with friends. You're watching a comic movie on TV with a friend. I mean, this seems like the social aspect of this is very important.
It is extremely important, and LaughMD see is the delivery of videos that will be tailored to your personality, to what you like, but it will also have a social aspect to it so that you can share videos. You know, your mom probably isn't sending you PowerPoints on, you know, petroleum consumption in Bahrain, right?
Right.
Probably sending you funny videos of a penguin playing a piano, right?
Yes. Got it. So tell me, what's the name of your book?
The name of the book is If Laughter is the Best Medicine, Let's Use It as Medicine, The New Science of Humor in Healthcare.
Okay, great. And people can get that at laughmed.com. That's
Right.
LAUGHMED.com.
Correct.
Now, you also talked about with your company at laughmd.com, you're talking about an app. Tell us about the app and when's that coming and what's it going to do for people?
So currently the app asks subjective information. That's how we knew that the patients at A.T. Still University, for example, had gone from a 10.6 on the McGill Pain Questionnaire to a 4.2. Right. Currently, we're using it at the Oncology Institute of Hope and Innovation here in California, measuring things like the PHQ-9, the GAD-7, the distress thermometer, you know, all scientific tests to see if we're improving the outcomes for patients who are receiving chemotherapy. I put on a lab coat 3 days a week and go work with oncology patients. The new app is going to be able to do that, plus it'll be able to gather objective data using AI, and it'll be able to also have a recommendation engine on it that will recommend to Jonathan the videos that Jonathan likes and to Frank the videos that Frank likes.
And it's not available yet. You're using it for research, but will it be available at some point to the public?
It will, absolutely, yeah. Yeah.
Great. So people can learn more about that and I guess sign up at laughmd.com.
Yes. We're in the midst of working with investors now to put up the money for that sort of a thing, but it is, you know, investor driven at the moment.
Great. So your book talks about the heroes of humor. Tell us about a couple of them.
Well, besides the Pope, there was Norman Cousins, the guy who really kind of coined the phrase laughter is the best medicine. He was a diplomat. He was the editor of the Saturday Evening Post. He contracted ankylosing spondylitis. They told him he was going to die. They said, Get your affairs in order. He said, I don't want to die. He was rich and famous enough to have a movie projector brought to his hospital room because he figured, you know, this laughter is the best medicine thing. Let me try that because when I laugh, it reduces my pain levels. I bet it's going to help. So he tried that in vitamin C. Vitamin C later proven to be ineffective in this case, but laughter actually helped and he did not die. He, in fact, was cured, and it was such a curious case that he was the first person who wasn't an MD to write an article for the New England Journal of Medicine, and then went on to become a professor at UCLA. They even named the Norman Cousins Institute after him.
Oh, interesting. Great. So he really kind of coined this term, laughter is medicine.
Right.
Okay, tell us about another one.
Let's see. Robin Phoenix Johnson. She is a retired lieutenant colonel in the U.S. Army, a good friend of mine, a real inspiration. She gets back from 5 tours of duty. She's injured. She is advised, take opioids. She says, I have 2 kids. I don't really want to do that. Opioids have killed 1 million Americans. No, thank you. She figures on the VA scale, literally on the VA list of healing modalities, it says laughter is the best medicine. They don't tell you how to get it. So she starts watching it. She gets good at it. She starts trying stand-up comedy. She gets very good at it. She is, you know, quite the alpha dog, right? She gets so good at it that she tells her friends who are also suffering from PTSD, you know, this stand-up comedy thing, it's pretty good. It really helps. It really shoots you full of endorphins and serotonin and dopamine. And she creates something called the Best Medicine Brigade, which is a troupe of comedians that she then takes on tour throughout the country and does a show here in Los Angeles at the Bob Hope Center. Bob Hope, the patron saint of comedy for the military, right? And that leads her to being accepted as a member of the Hoover Institute at Stanford University for pioneering humor as healthcare for the military. Now she's touring the world doing shows for the Armed Forces Network.
And tell us her name once again.
Robin Phoenix Johnson, and she's Best Medicine Brigade.
Okay, I've never heard of her, but I'm glad I know about her now. I'll have to look her up. up.
Please
Just
do.
for
Hell of a stand-up comic. Jon Stewart, Bill Maher, Stephen Colbert, and all the other comedians who are taking us from, well, let's put it this way. Let's say zero is stasis, right? You watch TV, you watch a sitcom, you'll go from a 0 to a +5. Oh, I've got more endorphins and serotonin. Hooray. But when you look at the news, you go down to a -5. You're grumbling, you're moaning, you're pissed off, you don't like what the other party is doing, you don't like what the other country is doing. Somebody like Stephen Colbert will take you from that -5 up to the +5. They work hard, some of them every night, some of them every week, to deliver to us the news in a way that will take the knife's edge off of it and put a little sugar coating around it.
And tell us what is going on inside the body when we're exposed to humor. You mentioned endorphins, and tell us what's going on scientifically.
Sure. Well, it didn't take 400 studies to figure this out, but they've done it. It shows that you're increasing your serotonin, the love drug, your endorphins, and your dopamine, the quick hit, the sex drug. Why do you think they call it dope? That's why dope, opioids, heroin, that sort of a thing.
Oh, really? It comes from dopamine. Okay.
Yeah. So those things are increasing in your body. Adrenaline and cortisol, the fight or flight hormone, the death hormone, those are decreasing. They have long-lasting effects, actually. So Norman Cousins said that if he laughed for 15 to 20 minutes, it kept him pain-free for an entire night's sleep.
Wow. That's great. So it sounds like this is more than a fad, right? I mean, it's absolutely, you got some science behind it. You've got a lot of evidence behind it. You talk about laughter as a pull, not a push. What do you mean when you say that?
So if I tell you, Jonathan, you have to run on the treadmill 20 minutes a day, I kind of have to push that on you, right? I don't want to run 20 minutes a day. I'd rather eat potato chips.
Right.
Well, come on, Jonathan, you got to do it. I got to push you to do it, right? But laughter is a pull. Laughter is something that you say like, oh, look, there's a funny video. I want to watch that. And you pull it towards yourself.
Got it. I know I pull laughter towards me every night at the end of the day. Before I go to sleep, I want to get some laughter in. Okay. And I sure enjoy late night TV, and I enjoy comedy in general. And I'm really glad that you're on the show talking about this, Frank, because I'm so glad there's evidence behind this about the benefits of laughter and humor.
Quite a bit, yeah. I mean, our 6th study is going to show what we've done for the oncology patients, and hopefully we'll be doing a lot more with oncology patients in the future.
Good. So tell us the name of your book one more time.
If laughter is the best medicine, let's use it as medicine, the new science of humor in healthcare.
Great. And you can get the book at laughmed.com. That's LAUGHMED.com.
Correct.
And if you want to learn more about the app and Frank's work, you can go to laughmd.com. And we'll put both of those websites up on our page when this gets published. So, Frank, are there any last words you'd like to leave us with today, or any questions I didn't ask that I should have?
Yeah. After the chapter in the book about how you can use laughter, there's a chapter on how your doctor can use laughter. Your doctor can do all the things that we talked about. Plus, there's a few other tips for your doctor, what you can joke about, what you can't joke about, how to improve your skills in it by using techniques of improv, for example. And we show you how to do it. So if you're a doctor or a healthcare worker, this is an essential book for you. It's written for you specifically. And then after that, the last chapter is about how your healthcare institution can do it and why the bottom line will be improved. We cite all the studies that show that how laughter was used with clowns, with laughter yoga, with comedians, all those sorts of things, how the bottom line is improved by using laughter in an institution. And someday, Jonathan, someday, when you go to your doctor, they're not just going to ask, how are you doing? What's your diet like? My doctor asks me about, am I sleeping enough? Someday they're going to ask, are you getting enough laughs? Good.
I hope that happens soon. I just have to share a story of my own that's personal. My mom was aging and in a home, and she had a geriatrician who was absolutely hysterical. And I remember I took her once to see him, and he first thing he says is, how do you tell if your doctor is an introvert or an extrovert? And we didn't know the answer answer, but he said, well, if your doctor's an introvert, he'll look at his shoes when he talks to you. If he's an extrovert, he'll look at your shoes. I always love that one. Great.
Want to hear a good doctor joke?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, this is on the VA website. A man goes into the VA clinic and he says, "Nurse, you got to help me. I'm shrinking 1 inch every hour. I'm getting smaller and smaller." And the nurse says, "Well, I'm sorry, the doctor's very busy. You're gonna have to wait a while." And he says, "Well, I can't wait. I'm getting smaller and smaller. I got to see the doctor right away." And she says, "Sir, you're just going to have to be a little patient."
A little patient. There we go. Okay. Good. That took me a second, but I got it.
Okay.
That's great. Good. Frank, it's been wonderful to talk with you.
Thank you so much, Jonathan. You as well.
Good. We've been talking with Frank Chindamo. He's a CHP, which is a certified humor professional, and he's the founder of laughmd.com. You can go there and sign up, and you can get the app when that comes out. He's doing studies with that app, and he's got the book that we mentioned before. That's at laughmed.com, where you can buy the book today and benefit from that. Thanks so much for being with us, Frank.
Thank you, Jonathan. Thank you so much.
Good. This has been Jonathan Marks. Please visit our website at gotohealthmedia.com, where you can see all our shows. And if you're listening to us on YouTube or Apple or Spotify, please give us a thumbs up or a 5-star review. That helps get the word out to more people. We really appreciate your help. This has been Jonathan Marks with Go to Health, and as we say at the end of every show, go to health. God bless. We'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.